What do you call a knight who doesn't like to fight? Surrender. Coach Davis here. I just want to talk to you about my three of my favorite quotes around culture. Peter Drucker said, "Culture eats strategy for breakfast." And I love that quote for a lot of different reasons. But I love that quote most especially because it puts the emphasis on the culture of your team, of your business, of your family, of anything you're part of. You can overcome somebody else's strategy if you have the culture of overcoming strategy, overcoming challenges, the culture of success and working through hard things. It's not just culture, right? Because we talk about culture, but what does that mean, right? Because sometimes people have a winning culture. But the second quote that I love around this is, winning doesn't fix problems, it hides problems. Success doesn't fix problems, it hides problems. So sometimes people just have a culture of success or a culture of winning. It doesn't mean they actually have a good culture. It doesn't mean you actually have a vibrant culture where people are growing and expanding and learning and, becoming who they can become and have space and support and the place to become who they want to become. It just means that you have a bunch of really successful people doing successful things. So culture eats strategy for breakfast. But culture isn't necessarily just winning, because winning doesn't solve problems, it covers problems. And then my last quote that I love is that if you have a culture of one, if one person is your culture, you don't have culture, you have a cult. Because culture is inclusive. Culture is everybody is engaged. Everybody's engaged in the process of improvement. It's not about one person. It's about everybody. It's about everybody's engagement. So, culture eats strategy for breakfast. All right? You've got to have good culture. But you've got to be really clear and identify what that culture is. Because winning doesn't solve problems, it covers problems. And if you don't have that good, solid culture at the bottom, as soon as success starts going away, all those problems with culture come flaring up. And third, if it's a culture of one, then it's not a culture, it's a cult, right? You've got to have everybody engaged in the process, everybody believing in the final outcome. So those are the three things I want to talk about culture, 3 quotes I love about it, all right? Culture eats strategy for breakfast. If it's a culture of one, then it's a cult. And then that last one, winning doesn't solve problems, success doesn't solve problems, it covers them. So if you're thinking about culture, if you want to be engaged in the culture, you want to build a better culture, take time to look at, what does that really look like? What are the outcomes we're trying to accomplish? And how do I get everyone involved? How do I get everyone involved in that process and believing in the outcome of what we can do with that culture? Those are my thoughts on that. Hope you're having a great day. Be intentional about what you're doing.